I'm Johnny with Everything H2O. If you're having an issue with your only one iron remover, screeching and constantly sending water down the drain, chances are you have a restriction in your stack and spacer, as well as some failed O-rings. So in order to service this, we're going to need to shut off the water to the home. On the very back of the system, you're going to have your bypass. We're just going to leave that in service. So with the water shut off, open up a cold water tap, and then we're going to need to adapt an air compressor to fit in here. A lot of times you can just use the nozzle on an air compressor, take off the tail, and with some tape, electrical tape or Teflon tape, expand the nozzle so it'll make a seal in here. Turn on your air compressor and it's going to basically use air to blow all the water out of the tank. The rest of the water is going to come up the tube and come out your faucet. So once you have air coming out of the faucet, we're confident that the vessel has been expelled of all the water, which is important so that when we remove this control head, the riser tube does not come out of the unit. There's a tab on each side of the control head. Open that, pull off your power. You can then fish that through with the two tabs on top. That will go out the back, allowing you to spin the control head without having to undo the power line. Now the component we're looking to service is inside. So we'll also take this off, disconnect the meter, and with your special wrench, or by using two flat blade screwdrivers and a third bar to pry it counterclockwise, we're going to loosen that.
John, do you have your binder?
Up front.
Did you take that serial number from Cargo Printers?
I don't remember if I did. I'll have to look. I'm just doing a video for troubleshooting right now. So with the gear removed, the stack and spacer is what we're looking to service. And it's typically the O-rings on the inside of the piston that have gotten chewed up. So that needs to be replaced. And about this same time, it is a good idea, if you've gone through all this work, to replace the upper screen inside. So with the lines disconnected, remove the control head. And yours probably isn't going to look that shiny. Easiest way to remove these is with your special wrench again. Just give it the old karate chop. And have a new one ready in case that one disappeared somewhere. New one goes into place and turn until you hear the audible click. Now with your new screen on there, if you've got it all this apart, you can also take someone's toothbrush and clean up inside the spacer. Good idea to open up the injector, which I have in another video, and get that nice and clean inside. You can pull the bypasses off and just scrub and clean. Now the reason we had blown this out was so that this riser tube does not come up when you're removing the control head. If you had an unfortunate circumstance where that rose, you can either cut that off so it's level with the top of the tank. Even a ½ inch above is not a big deal. Or you have to lift up the tank and hold it upside down and shake the media towards the top of the vessel while pushing the riser tube back down into place. Once that's seated, you can stand it back up, and then we can go back to reassembly, which is just putting the control head back on, installing the stack and spacer, drive gear assembly, control board can go back on. fed through. Of course, these wires have to be engaged into their little strain relief so that the circuit board can seat and click. We have little loops to fish the wires through. Meter connection is on the right hand side. Power wire is right beside that. Press and hold the regeneration button. That'll put the unit into its regeneration. Remake your connections back here and turn the water on. This will force it into a backwash, clean up the media. You'll probably notice you'll hear a lot better flow coming through the unit. And just let it finish its complete regeneration. You might want to do a few of those complete cycles just to further clean up the media, and you should notice a quieter operating vessel and cleaner water.